Rumination is one of, it's really something to take seriously and tackle. Rumination is that thoughts washing machine, right? It's you have it might just be one or two or three really negative or self-loathing thoughts, or thoughts about, past experiences that are painful, and they just churn over and over again, and you go over those same things. So it just goes round and round and round. And rumination is one of the big factors in maintaining depression. So, if you're depressed, you get the urge to kind of shut the world out and just spend time thinking about stuff. And when you do that, you just create more time and space for you to feel worse, because you're thinking about those things that make you feel worse. So rumination is something that if you notice it's to take it seriously. But I guess the first battle, or the first challenge, is to notice it. Because part of the struggle when you're, not even when you're depressed, but, any time that you might be ruminating, is that your mind is elsewhere. Mostly your mind is in the past. And when you're off in the past, you're not present, noticing that your mind has gone off. And that's where mindfulness becomes just an incredible skill, to be able to notice where your mind has gone to, what the effect is that that's having on you, and then choosing to bring your attention back to something in the here and now. And that's essentially mindfulness. So, people imagine that when you're being mindful, you have to be ultimately focused on the present and you can't be distracted. And actually, if you're getting distracted, you're then not doing it right. And it's not really true. Mindfulness is the practice of noticing where your mind has gone and bringing it back again. And that's where it becomes such a valuable tool for tackling rumination. Because if you can just for those few seconds notice, I'm really, really churning over this old memory and I know where it's going to take me, then you open this window of opportunity to decide, I'm going to come back to the present. I'm going to do something to ground me in the here and now. And every time my mind goes off to that past thing, I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to bring it back. But also, I guess, if there is rumination going on about a specific time or a specific event, that it's not necessarily to block that out. It's to notice, maybe there's something there that I need to think about, but we need to think about it in a constructive and productive way that's going to help us resolve it in some way or heal that thing in some way. Churning it over doesn't do that. Sitting down and going through it in a more structured way, for example, with a therapist, is going to be more helpful in dealing with it. So it's saying, okay, this thing keeps coming to my mind. I'm going to write it down, or I'm going to, commit that I'm going to go and talk about it in a productive way, so that I'm free to bring myself back to the present when I need to be present. Because rumination is just a huge problem.
One thing I'm becoming really aware of as we converse here is the fact that the body doesn't make mistakes with these things. You're talking about the ruminating thoughts, and you've alluded to this before too, the fact that these are signals that we should investigate. So if we have that mind shift, and we know the proper ways of going in or working with somebody to go in, we can then use these as tools, a compass basically, to know where we need to do the work and where we need to look.
Yeah. And I had someone recently, a mathematician here in England, called Hannah Fry. She's brilliant. And she said she had sort of realized through a bout of illness that life was not a problem to be solved. It was an experience to be had. And that's a great way of looking at all of human experience, the ups and downs, the struggles, and certainly as people work through things in therapy, that if we step back and see that it's all an experience, that our main purpose is not to be happy all the time and be okay with everything and live a perfect life. This is the experience of life, is working our way through. If we do that with curiosity and we see, wow, this time has been really painful for me, and this is what I've learned from that, or when I spend time doing this, or when my lifestyle is more like this, I feel X, Y, or Z, and I feel different. And it's always looking at everything with curiosity, and the whole thing is one big learning experience. And there's something so empowering and freeing when we look at it like that, that we don't have to battle it anymore. It's not something we're getting wrong. It's just this incredible, complicated journey that we're working through. And how incredible that we get to learn along the way so that we can adjust and improve things as we go.
If you enjoyed that clip, press here for the full episode. I'll see you over there.
So you can experience that wash of emotion as an experience, not who I am. It doesn't mean I'm unable to cope. It's just a wash of anxiety. And then I'm going to choose what to do with it.